Hello, I'm Gary O'Sullivan. And if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, let me encourage you to do that. Just hit the little subscribe button and the little bell if you like, and you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. When it comes to the role of a leader, whatever your role is, if it involves attracting talent to your organization, it's one of the most important parts of your role. We've always heard that people are our greatest asset. Well, that myth was put to rest when Jim Collins wrote Good to Great, because he said it's the right people that are our greatest asset. Today, more than ever, finding the right people that are the right fit, that align with the values and the culture of your company, along with having the technical or whatever type skills they need to have, is incredibly important. You really need both. So today, we're going to talk about how to check their ID. ID? Yeah, ID. What does that mean? Well, hang on. We're going to talk about that right here, right now. When I talk about ID, I'm not talking about, one of these like driver's license things, that kind of ID. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the kind of ID that really makes a huge difference in ensuring that you get the right people. I want to encourage you to, if you're not doing this, to include into your interviewing routine or process elements that help you see the character of a person and really try to identify their values, their beliefs, and things of that nature, because it can make a huge, huge impact on your company in either a positive or a negative way. Because if they're not the right fit, regardless of how talented they may be, they will do more damage than they will ever be productive. Let's get back to my idea of checking their ID. What I want to suggest is the first I that you look for is integrity. You really want to know that this is a person that has a deep set of values and is committed to them. So having those kind of open-ended questions and asking them about how they handle situations or the environments that they want to be in, you'll get a lot of insight to that. You also want them to be very, intelligent. And when I say intelligent, it really means the ability to learn. Are they willing to learn, particularly if they've been somewhere else doing what they're going to be doing with you? Maybe they do it a different way over there. And maybe you don't want it done that way at your place. And you're going to have to make sure that they are willing to learn your processes and the way that things are done within your organization. Now, it doesn't mean they can't bring a good idea or two. I'm not saying that, but you've got to make sure that they certainly have the ability to learn and really understand and are willing to look at different points of view. And then the third I is initiative. You want people that are really ready to make a difference. They're looking for a step up. They're looking for a better opportunity, and they're willing to work hard to get those situations to come to fruition through their efforts. And now let's talk about the D in the checking their ID. The first thing that you want to look at is, do they have drive? Do they want something different? Along with that initiative, which means they want it, but the question is, do they have the drive to go get it? And you want to make sure that they're willing to do the work that needs to be done. And then you want to try to understand about their determination. How determined are they? How firm are they on their purpose and the things that they think are important? Because when someone is determined and they've made up their mind, it makes a huge difference in the outcomes. It's been said that there are three things on this planet that must be contended with: an ocean, a mountain, and a person who's made up their mind. So if they've made up their mind that they're going to improve themselves, and that's one of the reasons they're interviewing with your company, you want to know that. And then you want someone who is disciplined. People need to be able to have that self-control and be able to manage themselves in an appropriate manner. And that goes from everything from emotional intelligence and the way they act and interact with other staff members and customers, if that's the case. And it also goes to the other end of the spectrum, that they are disciplined enough to stay at the role and the task until it's completed. Now, here's the interesting thing about the ID concept. If they have the I and not the D, they'll be really nice people and people will probably like them, but they probably won't get much done. If they have all the D, but none of the I, then they could potentially do some damage to your organization. So it's not an either or, it's an and. We want them to have the I and the D. Until the next time, this is Gary encouraging you to go lead.